Hello, you're welcome. In this video, we're going to be looking at how you can build a complex waterfall chart in Thinkcell. So we are going to be starting with how you can change the positions of connectors in your charts, and this will help us have what it takes to build a complex waterfall chart in Thinkcell. So if you look at this first slide, you can see we have a waterfall chart, and from here you can see that these two are negative. So let's just change the colors for these two to red. Now let's move to the main thing that we need to do, which is to change the position of connectors. So to do this, you can just click on any of the connectors that you want to change its position. But it's important to know that changing the position of connectors will change the meaning of your chart. So mostly when you need to change the position of your connector will be when you want to change the story that you're telling. If there is a specific story that you want to tell that is not being told with the position that your connector is, that is when you will need to change your connector. So if I click on this connector, these 2 points, I have the option to change the positions. So if I want to change the position of this one, once I click on it and want to drag it, you can see that other points where I can connect it to are showing in red. So let me say I want to connect these two here. You can see what it now looks like. So we can change for multiple of these connectors. I can still click on this, and let's say I want to move this connector to the top. I can just move it to this place. And you can see the story that we are telling here, we have to change. I can still move this to this point, and you can see how our waterfall chart now looks like. So let me move this back, and let me move this here. Another thing that you can do to your connector is to delete the connector. For example, you want to leave a connector as a reference point. So you have a bar here. I want that bar to be your reference. For example, this start, we can just click on this connector, which connects it to other points in the waterfall, and then click on our delete key, and you can see it is now a reference point for others. So there are several other things that we can do when it comes to connectors based on the kind of story we want to tell with our data. And the next thing that I will also want to show you is our ability to add connectors. If I right click here, I have the option to add waterfall connector. So I can move from here and place it at any point that I want, and you can see how it looks. And you can see the connector I deleted earlier, I have now successfully added it. So these are so many tricks that you can use when it comes to changing your connectors, deleting your connectors, as well as adding connectors back. Now let's move to how you can build complex multi-scenario waterfall charts with your connectors. So on this slide, you can see what I have here. Let me show you what the table looks like. So this is our Excel sheet. And from our Excel sheet, you can see we have two scenarios, the scenario for old and the scenario for new. And we have a reference value here of 17. Now we want to be able to connect all the olds together and all the news together so as to be able to view the two scenarios perfectly from our waterfall chart. So to do this, we'll come back to the slide, and then from here, we begin connecting. So we start from this, and then we connect it to this point. We are going to connect this new to the new before it, and we connect this old with the old before it. So we do same for all the news and the olds. As you can see what we are doing here. We also move this to this point. And finally, this one. And you can see our scenarios are perfectly being represented here, the old and the new scenarios, as well as our reference value. So we can remove this series label by clicking on this remove series label, and then we can add legends so as to show how our chart looks better. So we add legend here, and this is what we have. So we have new, old, and our reference point. And this helps us represent two scenarios perfectly with this chart. This is just what I want to show us in this video. And I hope you've been able to learn something from this video on how you can build complex waterfall charts in Excel. Please, if you have learned something, kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.